Okay, good morning guys. Today I am at one of my favorite landscape places, Suburban Lawn and Landscape here in Kansas City area. Today I'm going to be doing some projects in the yard. My brother just came in from Texas, so we're going to go ahead and start doing some of the front landscape. Particularly I want to kind of dress up one of the borders where I've used a metal edging all the way around, and I'm going to go ahead and add some stone to that. I've got several options, but I've got a gentleman who's already on his forklift over here, and he's got it. What did we decide? Let's see what the name is. We went with smoky gray flagstone, 21 cents per pound. So if I sound winded, that's because we just dug through a whole bunch. We're gonna load it up onto the truck here. I've got some trees and some shrubs that I'll be purchasing as well. My brother and I made a quick trip to a metal shop, and we picked up some metal. We're gonna get this in the ground and get it in the spots that we need it, and then get some oxidization going on it, so that we can get that rust look. You know, the garden is all about rust and different timbers and different things. So we're gonna get that process going. I think I might jump on a golf cart. What's fun here is you get a golf cart and you can drive around this big lot here, and you can do all your shopping. One of my favorite places though, top two, and I don't even in no particular order, but Suburban Lawn and Landscape, and then Family Tree. So two really good spots here in Kansas City area. I'm going to jump on a golf cart, and we'll make a tour through here and see what kind of trees and stuff we can add. I'm going to be adding trees to the west side of the house. This is not a spot that I've shown this year, but I did several years ago. Starting to mature. So that being said, we'll jump on a golf cart and we'll see what we can take home today. Now we'll head in here and we will see what we can find. It rained all morning, so we might actually have a quiet place today. We'll see. I'm gonna head over to the annuals. No, I'm gonna do shade perennials first. It's a cute little water feature here. We've got all kinds of stuff. All right, so as promised, we were sitting in the golf cart, let my brother drive. Good luck to me. But you can see through here, they've got everything. And so today we are going to look for some trees on the west side of the house. I've got, some Leland cypress, and I've got a few other things, but what I'm wanting to do is get up closer to the house. So I'm gonna find some narrow evergreens and just try to find something that'll give some color all year round and some interest. And there's an air conditioner back there. I've got a few viburnum. I've got a few things already established in that space, but now I'm gonna get up closer to the house and just try to write that project off. So we'll just kind of go through here and see what we can find. Okay, I've narrowed down a few of the trees that I'm going to get. They're getting me a price on one of them they couldn't find, but I especially like this Arborvitae here. This is the green giant. Let's see. It is the green giant western Arborvitae, and it grows to be 40 feet tall and 15 foot wide. Now, I have several of these in the garden. One of the things I do know about this is that these trees that I'm planting, if you observe from older homes and things that when you're out and about, or if you go on traveling, stuff tends to work itself out. So if something's not going to get 30 feet wide, and it's going to stay in that narrow 10 to 15 range, and you plant something else next to it, everything kind of tends to work itself out, and that's the way I visualize this type of stuff. I don't necessarily give it all the space it's going to need, because I am on a corner lot. So the height, I love the height. I want things to grow as tall as it can to kind of, you know, enclose the space that I'm looking for. And we do have windy springs and windy falls, so this will help combat some of that wind throughout the garden. But one thing I do know is whatever I plant next to it, I'll give it, you know, probably 8 feet of space. So by doing that on one side, you've got to figure from the trunk to the left and to the right, that's your center point. So if I give it 8, that's 16 feet across, and it only gets 15. So if I continue to close in closer, I can actually add whatever space that the next tree adds. So by going by 8 feet on one side, and whatever that space is, they'll share that space together, if that makes sense, and not overcrowd one another. And then I can always trim and prune, because I am on such a short lot that I'm able to maintain this. Now if I was out in the country or had a larger acreage or space to do all this stuff, I would definitely try to give it as much space as I could. But I also, in saying that, I am out in the yard so much that I will be able to monitor these things, and they're not fast growers, right? So I can just continue to monitor this and make things work together. So that being said, we'll throw this in the back of the golf cart and we'll head over to the next one. So in several of these greenhouses here that will run the length of this back space, they have different things, and like that one's dogwoods, this one's Japanese maple specialty. It goes on hydrangeas, but I think I want to drop in a Japanese bloodgood in that space and see just how freaking nice that can turn out. I'm all about that, these Japanese maples, and so I think adding some purple back there in that corner, and when we get home I'll be able to share with you a little bit more. But it looks like they're pretty picked over because of Memorial Weekend was really busy. I didn't even try to come in here, but we'll see how this turns out. But I've got one loaded up here, and we're just gonna see if we can get this one here to play along nice in that space. So let's go get them planted. Okay, so we're home, picked up a Japanese maple, a bloodgood, and an Arborvitae. We will be adding that to the landscape here shortly. Maybe not today. This might be a 3 or 4 day project, but I'll share with you as the things happen. I do have the metal in there. One of the things that we're going to be doing, oh, and then that rock, I forgot about the rock. So I've got all the landscape rock in here, and it goes back on the sides. But what I'll be doing with the rock is I will be lining up and making a little wall there so I can hide the black. Not that the black doesn't work. The black has worked for me for about 7-8 years right there. But it's going to add some color, and you can see all the Shasta daisies here and the black lace elderberry. It's just going to be really sharp as we go through here, and it'll add some color to this these darker space right here. So we're going to head to the front and show you where the rest of the landscape's going to go. What we're going to come up with is right here. This all used to be concrete. I just did what I normally do. I took pallets, broke them down, and put them on there, and just kind of gave it a little whimsy. I do have an old rake. I'm going to spray paint, put it on there, drape some little flowers through. I think that'll be fun. Maybe something yellow. I don't know. We'll see. But my brother and I are going to go through here. This piece here is an eyesore. I hate that you could see underneath there where the concrete meets the floor or the ground. So we will be taking an iron sheet, and we're going to dress that all up. Then I'm going to take an iron sheet, and we're going to dress it up, and back there we're going to underplant or front side plant some annuals, probably, because this dappled willow here will continue to grow. I've got it in the front yard, and I can pan you over there, but you can see how full it looks, and I'll take you over there closer here by the end of the project. But that looks really sharp. So panning you back around, this will eventually get up here. It'll get much larger, but I will use it as a hedge. And then I copied from the other end. I have the black lace elderberry there. I do have a Japanese maple that's in there that I will dig up and transplant. But that metal sheathing is going to go through here, so I can be able to tuck the water hose behind and then underplant in the front. Plus I love that rust in the garden. We'll see if it'll look nice through here. And then by the end of the project, again, possibly not today, but you can see all these weeds and stuff here. I've been holding off. I planted this up several years ago, but this space right here is where the water drains off of the house, and then follows this little brick pathway that I did some years ago, and then into there. So I want to get back to this side of the house and you know, kind of get it cleaned up. So my video several years ago, about somewhere right around the 4th of July, I planted this space up and everything has come together, and I just never really made it back over here to the space that we're going to be filling in today or in the next few days. So pan you back around nice and slow like, but we're going to add some trees right through here, some shrubs, and possibly some perennials. But we're going to get this all cleaned up. I'll walk you through the process of creating a new bed, because we're just going to actually do that. We're just going to create a new bed right there, and we'll name some plants, and I'll share with you what we have back there in the back. Let's see, what else do we want to do today or in this project? That might be it. That might be it. I know that's a lot for us, but we're going to get out the grinder and the welder, and we're going to go ahead and start this project here. While all that's happening, I will probably start adding some stone in for that space over there. It's just going to be stacked stone, and it's going to look really good. I really like that blue. Then I had a friend who just got back from vacation. She went to Colorado, Wyoming, and all that area. She always tries to bring me back something nice, and she brought me back that rock. So I just popped it right there, and I really like how the blues and grays and browns play there. So oh, and then I have the 2 boxwoods that I want to pop in there, and they're there simply because if I share with you right there, you can see the dark space behind there. That Dappled Willow likes sun, and it gets most of the day sun. And so I'm going to pop those in there so that bench is kind of highlighted. But if we come over here, you can see the Dappled Willow on the outside. I use it as a hedge. If I let it grow, it would probably be somewhere around 10 to 15 feet, because it's in a happy space right there and gets enough water. But you can see on the back side towards my neighbors, all the they didn't have to plant a single thing, and they get to enjoy a very nice backyard. So yeah, so let's head over there and let's see what we can add to this this front yard and give it some curb appeal. Yeah, but I don't know that it'll dig in because, well, and with a few more cuts, we should be able to cut this in and move on to the next project. Okay, so far so good. Next step is to take that back off. We're gonna lay it out in the sun. We're gonna pour some vinegar over it and watch it kind of rust. It won't, I mean, we won't be able to actually watch it, but we're gonna do that and then we'll move on to the next process. But you can, if you can envision it, this will all be rust and we'll have a rusty look soon. We're gonna buff it out. I guess there's some material over there to kind of keep it from rusting. We want to get rid of that, so he's going to buff it out, and then I think it ties in real well with our pallet wall. And then we're going to go ahead and start over here on the side with the next layer of rust, and start to kind of create pockets where we can add some annuals and different things into the landscape. Grab that orange hammer over by you. Okay, it's starting to work out. What I'm going to do now is take it back out. I'm going to lay it down, get some more vinegar on it, and we'll see how that process unfolds. I think that's going to look really nice. And then in the front, where you can see the dapple willet behind, in the front, I will start adding some of the annuals, probably petunias and different hot colored petunias and different things in there. Maybe some, I don't know, Gerber daisies, but I can see adding so much color in there. And I thought before, without that background, I really was going to get lost, and we'll see how it plays out. But that'll probably be on the next video. But right now we're doing all right. We're matriculating down the road. So let's pop it out and add some vinegar. So we decided to add a tarp to kind of allow that vinegar to kind of soak into it, submerge it for a little bit. So we'll add some more vinegar and we'll see how it's going. Okay, if everything worked out, I will have enough stone for this space over here. I'm going to follow this trail that I've already had here, and I'm going to follow it all the way around, and it'll lead into the dappled willow. But I think this will add a little bit of color. I really like the blues. It's different than anything that's around here. A lot of people use the limestone and the natural stone that's around here. So we'll see. And I think what I'll do is I'll just leave these boulders right here, or these stones. I think I'll just start right off of there. They tend to have a little bit of the same colors, but there's also some pinks and stuff. But I really like how that works. You can see back here, well, you know how I don't like straight lines. So you can see where the pathway that I have started going through here, and I'm just putting it right on the top, and hopefully that come around here, hopefully that'll make this space look a lot more inviting. And I've still got a couple like these two that I poke out a little bit more, and I'm really satisfied with this side where all the different items that I've planted in here share the same space. So I might end up taking out the rock, who knows. Let me know what you think. Should the rock go or stay? But I'm thinking maybe go, and then add some stuff along here so that it bleeds over and it has the same look on the sides. So let's head to the front. Let's get my truck unloaded, and we will see just how happy we can make this spot right here.
We just bring them and hand them to you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Like traffic on the road.
So I got some hyacinths. Once they get to this point, you can go ahead and break them down. So I'll break them down, just toss them back, and they'll become part of the earth as is. And I really like how it chips into little pieces, thin pieces. I won't scrape that away. It's just going to be part of the landscape here. But I think this blue and grays really look sharp against the green and the black mulch. Oh baby. And no particular pattern, just stacking them on top of each other. Might end up adding one in there to kind of close that off, but I think it looks good. Okay, we moved the metal pieces to a tarp to kind of allow the vinegar to kind of rest into there, submerge it a little bit better. It's all a process, right? So it's not going to happen overnight, but we're going to continue to push at it. I can already start to see the rust in there. I wonder if that's coming through on the video, but you can start to see it. This was the porch piece right here, and then underneath is the part that will wave in and out of that border bed, and then we'll drop some, like I said, some annuals in front of it and really let it pop. So let's go and look at the border here. I think it turned out remarkable. I am so mad I didn't do this before. I've been thinking about it for years, but it is just outstanding. I think it's definitely got that curb appeal. So yeah, I think it was long overdue. I'm so excited. Like I said, I got the 2 boxwoods back there I still got to plant. My brother is getting to the point where he's ready to eat, so we're gonna go and drop those trees off on the side, and I think we'll just bring the rest of this to you in another video. But I hope it turned out well for you folks. You can see we've got some more, and I've got another space in the back or on the other side of the garden that I believe I will go and purchase some more of those and add, but we've got a lot of cleanup to do, and I will not have to see that any longer. You see how nasty that looks? And we get little critters and stuff that go under there, little bunnies and stuff that go in there and have their babies and then move on. But that's going to add a lot of color, and if you can envision all the annuals popped in there, and then right along this front side. So let me just take you over there. Okay, so one of the things, typically I already have this built up, but I hadn't because there was a new cable company coming in town and they put that in there. I feared that I was going to lose all this because behind, let me take you over here, behind is an electrical box that goes to the whole city, or to this whole block, So that was one of the reasons that we almost didn't purchase this home, because prior to us moving in here, none of this was in here. None of the foliage or trees, shrubs, boxwoods, nothing was in here, just this stone wall here. So typically this is added up. So this will be in the next video. We will be cleaning that up, adding some plants because they are done with that progress. And then I think we're gonna go right along here with that blue brick stone. I think it's gonna look so good, and it'll really allow this dark spot to pop. We got a little bit of dead that we've got to cut out of this Leland cypress here to kind of give it some, you know, a better feel from here. And then, like I said, all this is going to come out, and I'll show you how I do a bed from start to finish. Those of you who are new to gardening, this might entertain you. We'll pop in some trees, and then I might even add some annuals for right now, just to kind of get a feel, and we'll just fill in some of those blank spaces. But this process right here it's about 2 years old, and you can see how much beauty's in here. There's a slight breeze, and I think it just adds a little whimsy whenever you can have some movement in your yard. Anyways, let's move those trees back here, and then we will see you on the next video. Just toss it right here. There we go. Oops. We'll get that Japanese maple back here. That should stay, don't you think? There you go.